Peace, family. I believe we all just witnessed a modern day lynching. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. The reason why I say a modern day lynching is simply because I'm correlating to the Willie Lynch letter. Now, if many are familiar with the Willie Lynch letter, this was a letter that Willie Lynch supposedly gave to the slave masters in Jamestown, Virginia in the year 1712, something like that. I think 1612, 1712, one of those years. And the purpose of this letter was to show the slave masters how to keep a good slave, how to keep the slaves, how to make a slave, you know what I'm saying? And in this letter, there was a specific technique that was used to keep slaves in order. And in this technique, they took the biggest, baddest, strongest slave that there was on this plantation, on the field. You take him and you tie his limbs to 4 horses, 2 arms, 2 horses, 2 legs, 2 horses. You beat these horses start to run. You kind of can get the picture how nasty and how torturous this experience was. Now, all the slaves of the plantation were to be present at this event. Why? Because they was to witness this event and see and observe and look at it and realize that if you was to speak out, go against any authority, this will happen to you. We will torture you, we will murder you, we will do any of these things. This instills fear, this instills self-doubt, uncertainty, and you pretty much lose yourself in this situation. Now, when you're thinking like that, you can't think straight. Your feelings are out of whack, you're unbalanced, you're an imbalanced being, so you can't even form a coalition to even go against that anymore. Why? Because fear is holding you back. So we fast forward to today. Nipsey Hussle had power. Nipsey Hussle, was creating jobs. Nipsey Hussle was buying properties. He was empowering people not only through his music, but through his life teachings, through his walks through the earth. He was creating wealth. He was learning how to make his money work for him. He was teaching that to people, empowering people. He was about to put a Dr. Sebi documentary out. Dr. Sebi, once again, a modern day lynching. Dr. Sebi was teaching health, teaching people how to cure themselves of AIDS, HIV, cancer, things that we were taught were incurable. Dr. Sebi said, that's a lie. We can cure it. Simply change the way you eat. Now let's think about that. You kill out people that's empowering people. Why? Because when you empower yourself, when you become independent, you no longer need to depend on this system, depend on this nation. This nation cannot survive without your dependence of it. We're like batteries in a little machine. The machine needs the battery, for it to work. Once we become independent, this nation falls, it deflates. And these were what these guys were spreading and teaching, self-independence, self-sufficiency. That's the key. But you take them out. And when they assassinated Dr. Sebi and Nipsey Hussle, people that were like him, people that were striving to idolize him, striving to be like them, now are fearful. Why? Because they don't want to die. They don't want to. There you have it. You were still fearing these people. You were still uncertainty and self-doubt, things of that nature. You mess up this whole coalition of coming against the powers that be. You mess it up. You divide it. You cause the division and confusion, not only in the whole coalition, but against the minds of people. You divide that. You make people feel divided within their own self. That's the whole purpose. And all of this is underlined by fear. False evidence appearing real. You project fear upon people. Why? Because these higher ups, these powers that be, are fearful of their own self. They fear for their own life. Why? Because they know that they can't last too much longer. So the whole basis of this video is to simply tell people to continue to empower yourself, continue to discipline yourself, continue to control yourself, control your mind. This is the only thing that you can own in this day and time. It's a war on consciousness. It's no longer a war on slavery, a war on colors. It's a war on consciousness, you know what I'm saying? If we stay divided amongst one another, that's only a reflection that we're divided amongst our own self. So the whole goal is to divide yourself. You stay divided among yourself, you can no longer come together and multiply and do great things in the earth. That's the whole basis. So you got a Nipsey Hussle, a Tupac Shakur, a Dr. King, a Malcolm X, a Dr. Francis Quest Weston. The list goes on. If you got any of those in your community, if you even think for a little bit that there is someone in your community like that on that level, support them, empower them, pray to them. Don't pray to no Jesus, don't pray to no Buddha, don't pray to no deity in the sky that you have never seen a day in your life. Pray to these people that's actually out here doing it. Why? Because when you send positive, good vibrations to them, you actually make shifts. You make shifts in this earth. Now, since these people are gone, they're closer than ever. They live on within us. And how they live on within us, we continue to live out the works that they've been telling us about. We continue to apply the things they've been telling us about, you know what I'm saying? Let's not be comfortable. We cannot get comfortable, you know what I'm saying? They're going to hit us with a distraction here and there, but these are all tests. We need to sacrifice certain things, you know what I'm saying? Continue to empower people. But as for me, I'm going to continue to empower people, continue to let people know that you're powerful, you know, God is within you. Continue to remain observant. Remain observant is the key. Remain observant of your being. Remain observant of the food that you're eating, the thoughts that you're thinking, you know what I'm saying, the words that you're speaking, the actions that you are committing in this earth. Remain observant, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole basis. So, support your fellow neighbor. Continue to uplift your community, uplift yourself first and foremost. That's the whole key. Improve yourselves. Once you improve yourselves and be a light to yourself, everything else shift. Peace.